Okay folks, the message behind this is indeed something important, but a lot of people make mistakes at making it happen, actually happening, instead of it just being a piece of carved wood sitting on your table or hanging on your fucking wall. Let's see what this is. We're going to make something of it. So you're going to make this a negative image. Sorry about the shaking hand. I don't know how big this one's going to be. I'm going to leave it till then. I'm going to make it a negative. And the colour, I don't know which one we're going to choose. I'm going to choose purple. Actually, we don't need that. We're going to use this one. So let's see what it is, what this wooden thing is. It is the word dream. How many times have I seen this word on t-shirts and in wood carvings and shit like this? How many times have I seen it? And the funny thing is, it never seems to work. But these images, these carvings, just don't seem to have any life to flesh it out. And yet that's what I'm learning myself, is how to dream big. And basically, I'm not interested. This is about an A5 and a bit smaller, a bit bigger than an A4. So I'm basically learning how to dream big, folks. And one of the things that's really difficult is, how should I put it? When are we going to do this? I think that's too big. I've got to make it smaller. But basically, fuck. Didn't want that. But basically, most people, their dreams don't come true. And most people might look at affirmations like this, and they might think that if they keep looking and keep thinking positively, that it's going to happen. But it doesn't. When I was young, when I was 13, I stayed at my father's, I think it was his brother, I've forgotten, and the wife, she tried to tell me to use affirmations, to think positive, because I was so negative, folks. I've spent most of my life being a negative Nelly, and basically, that looks really quite nice. So I've been a negative Nelly most of my life, and my dad I forgot whether it was his brother's wife or something, but basically she tried to get me to think positively by using power of positive thinking, like with affirmations. Trying to use affirmations to make me think positive, but these affirmations never worked. They never had any effect on me. It just went off like water off a duck's back. It didn't work. And these affirmations were just empty words as far as I'm concerned. And this is an empty word on its own. But basically I've got big dreams ahead of me, folks. And I'm not going to keep this dream plaque. It's going to end up, I don't know where I'm going to put it, because I don't want people to believe that dreams are held in wooden plaques. I want people to believe that dreams can come true for real. Not this shit. And basically, yeah, I want it to be real, and I have dreams which I'd like to tell you while I'm going about my business making this demo. And basically I want to make a photocopier that lasts 60 years, a photocopier that'll have servicing, spare parts and consumables lasting 60 years, so that people don't have to keep buying new ones, and so we don't pollute our planet more than we need to. And I want to become a CEO of that company, that future photocopier company, a CEO that wants to give most of my money away to good causes. But let's just start with the photocopier. Like, I want to design a photocopier that's good for the planet. As I said, it's going to last 60 years, and I'm obsessed with photocopiers, folks. So this photocopier in future is going to last 60 years, and it's going to be made out of recycled materials rather than mined materials. There might be some parts that have to be made out of virgin or mined materials, but most of it's going to be made out of recycled stuff. We're going to use as much recycled materials as we can. We're going to get them from places like India and China, whose countries are often the victims of dumping waste, e-waste especially. Now that looks brilliant. So I'm wondering if we're going to keep it like that, or we're going to make it a movement piece like we normally do. But basically, I want to make a difference, folks. I'm not interested in the profiteering that goes on typically in the industry that we know as the current status quo of the photocopier industry. But the thing is, we want to make these machines not just good for the planet, but good for humanity in more ways than one. One thing about humanity is we're going to make these machines on Australian soil. It's going to be made in Australia as well as designed and Australian owned. So that's important to keep the jobs in Australia, to make jobs, and not to have slave labour to create our equipments. We want this to be so clean and green and humanitarianly good. And the thing is, most people think about their dream, their limited idea of a dream is basically about making lots of money. Oh, I dream I want to win lotto. I want to make a lot of money. I want to be a millionaire. But fuck that. That's just an empty dream. That's not likely to come true. And even if it does come true, you're not going to be a very nice person. You're going to be an asshole if your dreams of money making come true, because money is not everything. This is the purpose of a dream, is to do something that you love and to make it really nice, to make it really wholesome, to make it really useful. Instead of you being a fucking asshole of a CEO who just cares about the bloody money. Everyone says, oh, I want to make money. It's like, fuck that. We've got to think of our humanity. Your dream's probably not going to come true because it's a silly thing to dream of, just the idea of making money for yourself. You got to think of humanity. You got to think of people. You got to think of the environment, the future, what your money is going to do. Like, you got to make your money work. It's got to work not just for you. It's got to work for humanity. Sure, yeah, you can have a lot of money. Yes, it's okay to be rich. No problem. I got no problem with wealth per se. The problem I have with wealth is how people fucking use it, and they use it for their own fucking selfish ambitions and desires and all that. Let's give you one rule of thumb. It's okay to have a lot of money, but you got to give 10% to help others. 10%. That's not the amount I've set for myself. I've set roughly 95% of my money will go for other people and other causes, for humanitarian uses. That's how I'm going to use my money, is for humanitarian causes primarily. Not primarily, environment as well. Cleaning, that's another thing. Another dream, or another facet of my dreaming, is I want to become a scientist, and I'm going to use the money to help find solutions to real world problems like climate change. So you got to think outside that limited box of, I want to make a lot of money. You got to think, where's that money going to be used for? Can you make a difference in this world? Do you really want to be rich and not care about anyone else? That's really pretty much it. This is a bit dark. I was hoping it would be a little bit lighter. But we just have to fucking think outside the box of ourselves, and we've got to think, what can we do to help others with the money that we earn? You got to be on the side of good to make a real difference, so you're not ripping people off, and you're not ripping off the environment. And I forgot to get rid of this. So, you got to think outside the box and what you can do to help humanity and help nature, because without nature, man cannot live. And we look like we're headed to some really nasty things with climate change. So we've got to fucking find solutions to these problems. And the thing is, basically, it's like, do you want to be a part of the solution, or do you want to be a part of the pollution or the problem? Most people don't seem to care that they are not helping, making a difference. And rich people seem to have a tendency just to squirrel their money away instead of making a difference. And I'm not interested in that, folks. To me, keeping wealth to myself, sorry about the rhyme, basically equates to an emptiness inside my heart, like the wind blowing through it. I don't feel comfortable being a part of the problem, being just another faceless CEO doing nothing but making problems. I am not interested, because I love photocopiers and I want to make a good job of it, and I wanted my interest to benefit others and to inspire others as well. I just hope one day people will get it, that the love of money is an evil force. You've got to believe in dreams, but not dreams about making a lot of money on its own. The money's got to come in because you want to do the right thing. You want money to flow to as many people as you can. And we need more people to jump on this bandwagon if they can. We need more people who've got ideas and solutions to common problems like climate change. And the man who runs Konica Minolta, Shah, I don't see him making a difference in this world. So let's see how we go with this. If we've made this into a nice piece or not. There's my dream thing there. It's just in the way a little bit. But we got to have dreams. But we got to think of dreams as vehicles to help others, as much as helping yourself, at least. So let's see how we go with this. Just nudge that one out. Anyway, that looks quite interesting. I think now we can call this demo quits.